Hi, I'm Johnny Lee. Welcome back to the channel, and on today's Helix and Pod Go video, today we're going to talk about impotence. Now, impotence is nothing to be ashamed of in your modeler.
It's impedance.
It's what?
Impedance. You keep saying impotence.
Impotence.
It's impedance.
Impotence. It's not impotence.
No.
Impedance.
Impedance.
Oh. Should we just run the intro then? Right, boys and girls, so welcome back. Like I said in the beginning, there was a little bit of confusion as to slight sound differences. Let me just adjust the camera. Slight sound differences in between the Pod Go and the Helix for the same patch that I made. So basically, I made a patch for the Pod Go. I then recreated the patch for the Helix because a couple of people have requested it. And basically what has happened is that some people say that it sounds slightly different on the Pod Go to the Helix. Now, it will do that, and the reason for that is the impedance. Now, typically what will happen is a lot of people will get the Helix and they will just run it on auto, which is, you know, you would think that it's going to do all the magic for you, but that's not necessarily true, because the Pod Go runs at the 1 mega ohm setting by itself. It's in the dark there, sorry about this camera work. And it's the same with the fractal, and you know, people talk about the fractal kind of feeling better, and you know, it feels like a real tube amp, and it's just down to that impedance setting. So if you were to go out and buy a nice new pair of trainers, or as you Americans call them, sneakers, and you got them home and they look great and you put them on and they fitted, but there wasn't something quite right, but you were happy to kind of walk around in them, but you don't necessarily think you were going to do a marathon in them. That's kind of the same thing with the Helix with wrong impedance. The patch might sound great, it's laid out the way that you want it to be, and it feels good, but there's something slightly off, and that will be down to the impedance. So typically what I will do is I will set mine to that setting there. Obviously every guitar is going to be different, every set of ears is going to be different, and the way that you do things is going to be different, however you kind of, you know, listening back or whatever, and what kind of tone that you're going for. But from a feel perspective, by default, that's how the Pod Go is set. You can't change that, and the fractal units are exactly the same. So just a little tip on feel and impedance, and hopefully that will help you. So try that setting and let me know how you get on.